Hi friends, my name is Claire and this is my channel, Woodchat Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. Ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that every so often I put out more than one video a week. Click the like and the share. I am coming to you today full of autistic joy. Why? Okay, years. It's been years since we invested and bought this bed. It's a nice bed. It's the only, let me think. It's one of the only furniture pieces we've ever bought new. And it's not from IKEA. Those are the other ones we've bought new. So, I was thinking forever, where am I going to get nightstands that match this, that are tall enough? I have literally been looking for nightstands, I'd say, years. Years I've been looking for the nightstands. Every time I'm in the thrift store, I go looking. I've looked on Facebook Marketplace. Never do they have anything that has two. If they do have two, they're too expensive, or they're too short, or they're too big, or whatever. So I went into Savers today, which is a thrift store in the States, and I found a pair of nightstands. I just got them. I got them. I picked them up because maybe I'll never see another pair again that are the right size. And I picked up a few things to refinish them. So I'll show you now what they look like. Okay, there it is. Bed's not even made, okay? So the color, as you can see, is not right for the bed. Not that they have to be matchy-matchy, but what I did do, let me just show you what we're dealing with. So it is wood, it's not plastic, and they were $34.99 each, and it says no exchange, so they better work, right? I was so nervous they were gonna fit, but I've been looking for so long, I know what would fit. Yeah, so it's real wood. It doesn't have a furniture maker label on it. It is in really good shape. There are some marks, as you can see. There's like a marker right there. It's got this nice shelf you could put books on, and then there's a drawer. So I am so pumped about this. I remembered after I purchased these that I had seen some clearance spray paint at Joann's for furniture, like chalk paint. So I picked up one container of the charcoal chalk paint spray. I don't know if that's going to be enough to do both of them, but they did have a few other ones there, so if I need to, I can go back. Then I picked up on a 50% off coupon some walnut stain for the top. And then I also got a on clearance poly satin sealer for the top too, because you know I want to be drinking my coffee in bed. I'm so excited about this, guys. I can't even tell you. I just can't believe it's finally here, especially because I could never find anything that kind of went with the vibe of the bed. It's kind of like bold, basic. This is a little bit more, it's a little bit more decorative than the bed. However, I think it has the same vibe, and I think once the bottom is painted charcoal, it's gonna look amazing. I'm so excited, especially because you don't know how long I've been looking for something that tall. Because a lot of the modern bedside tables they make now are like this low, and I think that would look really stupid next to this tall bed. So here are the two nightstands as I purchased them. They're really beautiful. They're solid wood pretty much. Yep, solid. I love that there's like room for books here, and then whatever you like in the drawers. Storage is key. I love the shape of the feet. They match sort of the shape of the feet on my vanity, so that's perfect. There is a label left on this. It says Night table, cherry, beige cherry, probably. Night table beige cherry on the label, which came off pretty easily. The finish on the top I'm going to be sanding off and redoing the finish. Some dark walnut stain for the top. And then for the bottom, I know this is going to be very controversial, but I got some chalk finish paint from Rustolium. It was on clearance at Joann's. I think it was, this says $7.97 and then it was 25% off of that. So great deal. From the top down, from just the whole base, is gonna be in the charcoal color because I think it will look good. I know not everyone will think it looks good because people don't want to cover wood, but there is so much wood in my bedroom right now that I just don't feel like there needs to be more. Maybe there could be like some accent pieces, and I think it's gonna look pretty sharp. So there's that. I probably also will be using some Goo Gone on the stickers because of course they put stickers on it. Okay. Hi everybody. So I just wanted to update you. I don't know if you could see it that well on the camera. I just spent the last hour and a half. Oh yeah, you can see the cherry a lot better now, huh? Sanding the top, sanding the finish off of this. One table. Today's gonna be all about prep, so I'm gonna get it totally ready to paint and stain tomorrow. Let me give you a close-up. Again, I'm just going to prep everything today to get painted and sanded tomorrow. The most important thing, I mean, this is common knowledge. Before you do a painting project, the most important thing is prep. That's like why you're successful with the project. If you see something that's painted and you're like, wow, that looks terrible, usually it's because of poor preparation. So let me show you a close-up of what the top of one of them looks like without the finish. And then I'm gonna go sit for the rest of the afternoon and sand the other one. If you wet it, this is the actual natural color of the wood. So it is cherry for sure. The back said cherry beige. And now that I'm seeing the cherry color come through on the top, I'm wondering like, it looks so much better than the ugly beigey coloring they chose. So I'm really excited to see it stained with the walnut. Now you see these dark lines. Some of that is stain that I'm just not going to be able to get out, but some of it is the veneer, so that's fine. It's getting stained dark walnut, so it's absolutely going to be fine. There's where we're at after an hour and a half of sanding. One of the tops is done, and I won't have to sand the bottom for the chalk paint that you can put on without sanding, but I will have to like tape it up really well. So let's get started with that. So I'm gross. I've been hand sanding the tops of these for hours, and they're finally done. Did I think it would take that long? No, I didn't. But I really wanted to do a good job because they're going to be living in my house for the foreseeable future. So the tops are sanded. I'm going to wipe them down and, sorry, I'm tired. I feel like I'm going to have like no arms tomorrow. I'm going to wipe them down, then I'll take a shower because I am covered in dust. And I just cleaned my house too, so now I got to clean it again. and then I will eat some dinner. I need to tape off basically the tops and the back because I don't want to get paint on the back. So yeah, that is what I'm busy with right now. I have taped up these to high heavens. I was very careful because I want it to look nice, like if I ever want to sell them or whatever. Then I'm just gonna go through and do a little detail sanding on just any bits, like, I don't know if you can see here, it's just a little bit scratched. The paint should probably cover it up okay, but I'll just sand it just a little bit, and then I'll finally be ready to paint. But first I think I'm actually gonna clean it with some alcohol to really make sure that there's no residue left on it. All right, now I'm done taping. There's a porch coffee mug if you wanna get one. Join the mug club, www.witchatheory.com. I'm so nervous. Hesitating.
Which is presumably, in my experience, just the sort of thing that you might just...
So I'm gonna do another coat of polyurethane. I'm gonna sand this down a little bit because I did the polyurethane too thick there. That's embarrassing. So I'm just gonna use some fine sandpaper, and then I tried a little scratch piece there to see if the polyurethane had worked, and unfortunately I need another coat, I think. So I'm gonna just do a little quick gray piece there and then respray them, and then they'll be done. Wow, they came out amazing, honestly. I'm so happy with them. What do you think, dog? Did I do it perfectly? Almost, but I'm really proud. Excuse my appearance, it is so humid in here. Wow. Yeah, it's gross. Anyway, before I put my new nightstands in the room, I wanted to just talk a little bit about my experience. The lighting's not that great, sorry. First of all, the Rustolium Imagination paint was great. I'm glad that I did the prep work that I did. The only thing I think I would change is there were a few spots where I felt like I oversprayed, but when it dried, it did dry down perfectly. Also, you do need to seal it, and I used a satin poly finish on the top and on the paint, but I had to do more than one coat because it was still scratching off with just one coat. I did have to do touch-ups. I think I got a video of me doing it with a brush. Do not do that. It does not look good. So it's just better to just spray it again, and it'll look a lot better that way. I am so glad that I tried polishing the handles. They're so beautiful. I really thought that they were like a painted, you know what I'm talking about? Like a painted finish on them. I could tell that they were metal, but they ended up being brass, and they look so beautiful polished up. The tops, they stained almost perfectly. There is one little spot along the back that I think I sanded enough, but it didn't accept the stain as much as the others, but that's okay. All in all, oh, the other thing is when I stained the top, I thought it would be better to stain the top after. Next time I would stain the top first, seal it with the polyacrylic coat, then tape everything off and paint the bottom. Because what I did, I figured it would be fine to just stain it afterwards, and it did work, but then along the sides and the bottoms, there did get some stain on the paint, and I had to touch that up. I had to touch that part up, and it didn't look as perfect as it could. So if I was gonna do it again with the two-tone, I would do that. Everything with the paint and the prep work went really well. Of course, I would change hand sanding, the stupid thing. That was terrible. Next time I'll definitely find somebody to borrow a sander from, because that took hours and hours, but it was worth it. I did want to talk to you about the research that I did, and this is so exciting. So, originally, I couldn't find a maker. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's cherry, but I can't find a maker, so it's probably just a nice one-off set of furniture. Then I went looking, and I'll go through it backwards actually. My mother found what seems to be the exact same piece on Facebook Marketplace. I'll show some pictures on the video. For just one of these, $75. Now the listing claims that it was made in Japan in 1956 for Broyhill. I have no way of proving that, but I'm just gonna take it as what it probably is. It's probably Broyhill. They don't make furniture like this anymore. I felt like mine was a little bit later because of the color of the stain. It was called beige, I think, and it wasn't, it was ugly. If it was cherry, or like in the picture, I probably would have kept it. So that's what I found about the maker. But then here is what I found, guys. I found it this morning. I almost puked. I don't say that lightly. I found a listing for a set of these that needs to be refinished on First Dibs. Pair of Louis the, is that 15th? X5. Louis the 15th style French provincial nightstands, selling for $1,600. These are so nice that I was like, wow, I think these are probably like $600 nightstands. Like now they're $300 a piece. Obviously that other person was selling one for $75, but I've seen this picture and several other similar listings for $1,200, $1,400. I think maybe the same person is trying to sell them on different platforms, but I was shocked by that. It does confirm that it's cherry, I believe, but it doesn't give any other details. But I was so excited about that. As soon as I heard that, I got nervous, like maybe I shouldn't have painted them. But I love how they came out. I think they look super, super, super high end. And I could always refinish the rest of them in just wood in the future if I wanted to, but I really like how this came out. So anyway, yeah, with the coupon, I bought them for $60. Probably spent about $20 to $30 on the supplies to redo them. So for a total of less than $100, guys, I was able to make these over, and they look so beautiful. They're so much nicer than anything that I've been looking at or have seen, and I feel like they're too nice for me. But I can't wait to go and get them next to my bed, so I'm gonna go and do that now. And I hope you enjoy seeing them next to my bed, and I'm just so grateful you came along on the journey with me because they're awesome. So excited. Like so excited about this.